Let's talk about a shift that's happening right now, under the surface, that could change everything for your business. It really all comes down to one question. In this new age of AI, is your brand becoming invisible?
I mean, really think about it for a second. A potential customer right now opens up a chat window, they ask for a recommendation in your exact category. What happens in that moment? Does your name pop up, or does the AI just serve up a list of your competitors?
And this isn't some theory. This is what it actually looks like. A person asks a simple question, and the AI just answers. It gives them a few names. Now, if your tool isn't on that list, for that user, you basically don't exist. This is happening millions of times a day.
Okay, so this points to a new reality, a fundamental change in behavior. We're talking about the search bar versus the chat window.
You know, for decades, we've all been trained to think in keywords. We go to Google, we type something in, we get a list of links. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. People, especially younger users, they expect a conversation. They want a direct answer, not homework. And if you're not where they're having that conversation, you're going to be missed.
So, here's where it gets a little scary. Let's talk about the AI blind spot. Because the most dangerous part of this whole shift is that it's happening in a place that you probably can't even see.
And look, this isn't some future-gazing prediction. It is happening today. In 2024, a survey found that 45% of consumers are already using AI to help them decide what to buy. That's nearly half the market, right now, turning to these models for advice.
And this trend, it's not just growing, it's exploding. The number of people using these AI chatbots has multiplied by 2.5 times in just 1 year. That is an insane growth rate.
So what this creates is something we can call an unseen opportunity loss. Right now, your competitors might be getting recommended over and over in these private chats. And the biggest problem? Your traditional SEO tools are completely blind. They have no idea it's even happening.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how on earth do I fight something I can't see? Well, it means you need a totally new playbook. We have to stop thinking just about search engines and start optimizing for AI answers.
This new playbook really has 3 core layers. The foundation is what we call Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. That's step 1. Step 2 is AIO, or AI Optimization, which is all about integrating this into your existing marketing. And the third step is the long game, LLMO, or Large Language Model Optimization, where you work to shape how these models understand your entire industry.
Let's start with that foundation, GEO. What does that even mean? Well, simply put, it's the actual work you do to make sure that when an AI like ChatGPT or Claude generates an answer about your space, it knows who you are and recommends you accurately.
That all sounds good in theory, right? But what does this actually change? What's the real tangible payoff for doing this work?
This right here, this is the difference. On the left, a user asks for a tool, and you are a ghost. You're invisible. But on the right, after optimization, bam! The AI doesn't just mention you, it recommends you first. And it even explains why you're a good fit. You literally go from being overlooked to being the perfect solution.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get practical. How can you actually start making your brand visible to AI like today?
Well, to do this right, you need a new kind of tool, one built for this new world. Remember that unseen opportunity loss we talked about? These tools are designed to pull back the curtain. They let you see how AIs actually perceive your brand. They let you track what's being said about your competitors, and they can even give you real advice on how to improve your standing.
Now, when you look at the landscape of these new tools, the key differences often boil down to 2 things: speed and focus. Yeah, some big enterprise services exist, but they can take days or weeks to set up. The goal of more modern tools, like the one shown here, is to get you up and running in minutes, so you can start seeing what the AI see fast.
And this is just the beginning. This whole space is evolving like crazy. The long-term vision is to connect that AI visibility directly to your bottom line, like integrating with Google Analytics to see who's clicking through from an AI recommendation, and eventually getting automatic suggestions on how to optimize your content.
And here's the bottom line, and maybe the most important point. We are at the very, very beginning of this. Over 93% of companies have not even started thinking about this stuff. That means there is a massive, wide-open opportunity to get ahead of the curve. And the very first step is just finding out where you stand today.
Which brings us all the way back to that one single question. As more and more of the world turns to AI, not just for facts, but for advice and recommendations, you have to ask yourself, when the world asks, who is answering for you?